Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Ruth Wilson, who is the Senior Vice President of Human Resources at RadNet. Now, you might be asking why we are speaking to someone from human resources instead of somebody from the medical field. Well, we have a very interesting subject matter that we would like to discuss today. So, Ruth, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, of course, as I mentioned in the open, we have an interesting subject matter. And across the country, every industry is dealing with a shortage of employees. And it's really affecting not only the people who are working already, but the people who are coming into the facility. Give me kind of an overview of how you see this playing out right now.
The impact is very deeply challenging, and it's multifold. It is impacting our patients with longer hold times, their experience in our offices. It's also impacting our employees in terms of the way that they're having to respond to the needs of our patients. They're holding down the fort in the absence of team members that would normally be there. And, it creates frustration all the way around. I believe that our patients are, a great bunch of folks, but they're exhausted and tired after a very, very long year and are anxious to get back to having their delayed procedures done. And so they come with an anticipation of a service level that we have typically been able to provide. But in the absence of having folks to support that volume, that increased volume, it's really pushing everybody to their limits right now.
Well, I bet. And, like you mentioned, everyone is anxious to get out, to get back to a normal lifestyle. However, we now have these additional challenges of trying to get folks to come into work and filling those positions. Do you have an awful lot of positions available?
We do. We have a lot of customer service and patient-facing positions available right now. Patient service coordinators are the folks that you meet when you come into the office. They're the people that you register with, that you fill out your paperwork with, and those are the folks that really prepare you for your procedure before the technologist takes you back. And then schedulers, those are the folks that our patients and our referring physicians reach out to in order to schedule exams. Those are call center jobs, very, very active and busy customer service positions. One is patient facing, the other one is on the telephone, but both of them really require just a deep love and connection with people and an understanding of the vital need that we have to provide those services to our patients.
Now, at one point, well, actually throughout all of the COVID year, we had talked to several people with RadNet who had created an app which you could call in and it would text and those kind of. Is that still available?
For scheduling?
Correct.
Yes, that is still available.
Okay, so people could still use that. Would they still get delays using that?
Potentially, it depends upon the complications of their particular procedure. If it's routine, maybe not, but we have such a huge diversity of different types of procedures. That's a tough question to answer. For most routine things, they should be able to schedule online, but I got to tell you, we have such a need for these folks live to be able to respond to the questions. It's not simply scheduling. Sometimes it is also inquiry with regard to something specific about that procedure that a patient has questions about. And we want to be able to provide a live human being to be able to answer those questions, so folks are not surprised when they come to have their procedure done.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you for that information. So what is it that RadNet is currently trying to do to help the patients as well as helping the employees who are working?
Well, we've always been innovators, and RadNet has been successful because we really are not constrained by predetermined boxes. And so we're in that situation again. We're being very, very creative with the types of working arrangements that we're providing to folks. We're looking at anything from regular full-time to part-time, and continuing with our remote work opportunities for folks that are able to and can continue to do those things. So it really is, we're an organization, as I shared before, that really are not unafraid, or that are unafraid of looking at things in a different way. And so we're really exploring anything that can work for our practice, our patients, and folks that are interested in working with our organization. So, that's how we've grown. That's one of the factors that has made us so successful for our patients in the community. And we're going to continue with that, just really looking at whatever unique idea or opportunity that somebody can present to us, we're willing to look at.
Yeah. I think as a corporation, you aren't alone. And there's a lot of people who are looking at that, especially when someone, they've had a position for the last year and they've been working out of their home. And that's, great and ideal. And many corporations are seeing that is working for a lot of people. So maybe rather than having them come back to an office full time, maybe part-time, and then they can work partially out of their home. I mean, I can imagine that would be a lot of work for you, as a human resource person, to try and make all of those puzzle pieces fit it together.
It is, but I have to tell you, it's also very rewarding, because we've found that we've been able to provide opportunity to people where there wouldn't have been opportunity previously due to their unique circumstances. And, when you can find something, when you can find a match that works for the business and for the individual, and somebody who might not have otherwise been able to come into the office, it's rewarding. We are offering a lot of hybrid situations as well, because some of our folks that have been remote also long for the opportunity to get back and be around other people. So really, it simply comes down to what makes the most sense in each individual situation. And what we can offer that works for that person, for our practice, and for our patients. That's ultimately our objective, is to make sure that we can meet the needs of our patients, create a healthy and fun and engaging workplace for our folks to have. That's our goal. And so we're going to continue to explore whatever ways we can achieve that end.
Okay. And are there opportunities here in Laguna Woods area?
There is, yeah, absolutely. For our southern coastal facilities, both, again, in our facilities as well as those remote positions. Absolutely.
And if someone was interested in finding out about that, would they go to your website, or is there a specific number that they should contact?
There is a website, and it is our RadNet website. There's a careers link on that portal. And our telephone number is 1-800-378-5597. That is our careers number.
Well, I love it. I thank you for sharing the information. I'm glad we were able to do that. And I am glad that you have opportunities, and hopefully you'll be able to fill those quickly.
I hope so too. We want to be able to make sure that our patients' needs get met. We want to provide some relief to our incredibly hardworking staff. And all of this, these challenges that we're facing now, I know it's going to all work itself out in the end, just like we were able to work through COVID, but we are aggressively and assertively looking for solutions so that we can meet the needs of our patients. That's our primary goal.
I think patience is going to definitely be a virtue going forward.
Patience on everybody's side, patience on our patient's side, and for our patients, for sure.
Exactly. Well, very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, it's great to meet you. Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this.